Check it out. There it is. Yay! Alright, cool. Yeah, today we're going to be checking out a mod for Doom called Halo Doom Evolved. I've been kind of excited for this for a while, and I actually really want Microsoft to make a Halo boomer shooter, specifically starring Sergeant Johnson. Maybe make it like a Duke Nukem type game. I think that'd be really fun. But this isn't that. This is not Alex's dream Halo boomer shooter made on the build engine. This is Halo Doom Evolved. And today we're going to be checking it out. I installed a mod for this that adds Covenant enemies to the game, because before I was just shooting Doom enemies, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was really disappointed. It just felt like Doom with shittier movement, which is unfortunate because that's not what Halo is. You need to actually make the campaign properly, you need to balance it for the kind of movement and the options you have as a character from Halo rather than a character from Doom. So we're going to go ahead and click campaign here. We're going to go ahead and click Halo Doom Evolved. I'm going as the bunny hopping, air control, dash, double jump, grapple, slash sliding. We're going to go with the Spartan 4, accept no skulls, heroic. We're going right in, and we're going to see how it is. This is the exact same level layout. Once again, we're in a Doom level. This is not going to be a very positive video, I'll tell you guys right off the bat. So, starting out, we have a fucking Halo Infinite gun, which is not okay, but whatever. I wish I had a face cam right now, you guys. Just my jaw is on the floor. This is so ugly. This is so fucking ugly. You know, shoutouts to the mod makers. They made a thing for free. It's really cool, but I waited a long time to play this on purpose just to see what it would eventually become. To be greeted by opposing grunts. Hey, are you guys alive? Oh, you're 3D models. That's weird. That's so fucking weird. That's cool. I like it. Oh, elites. Cool. Why are the grunts bleeding red? That's wrong. Oh my god. Sorry for my silence, everyone. I'm just... This is so disappointing. I'm so sad right now. This is... Oh. Why is it automatic? So, here's the thing. Halo is not exactly built for this many enemies. Good lord. It's, you know what else is not built for this many enemies? Fucking Doom. What the hell is this? Oh my god, why? Why did you make this like this? I'm so disappointed. I'm so sad. Oh god, why can't I have nice things? Look, I don't know, like, do you guys, I got questions for the mod authors, like, do you guys plan on making an actual game out of this? Because right now, this is just terrible. Oh yeah, there's my melee animation. You can melee, you can Halo. Oh, this is so disappointing. I think this is, it's fitting they actually used Halo Infinite weapons. Because this is the same feeling I had when I beat Halo Infinite. Just non-stop infinite disappointment that follows me through my grave into whatever afterlife I'll be taking up afterwards. Why did I wait so long to fuck with this? You know, you see a mod, I try to be a nice guy, I try to do the thing that I expect other people to do, you know? I see a mod that's being made, and I go, alright. Oh god, the elites don't even have shields, man. I see the mod being made, and I'm like, all right, they're working on it. I'll give them time. 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 5. Basically, I learned that it existed and forgot about it until, like, yesterday. So, here we are. Doom is dead, or, sorry, Doom is back, Halo's dead, and, yeah. Wow. This is abysmal so far. Oh shit, that's the Halo 1. That's kind of cool. They have the Halo 1 one. That's awesome. Anyway. What's that music? I think they put in all the dev time on the title screen. Oh, these are randomized, aren't they? These are randomized. Because before, when I did this, that was a jetpack. They're just yapping through the walls. Plasma caster, I'm fine. What a disappointing... You know what, actually, I'm gonna need that. I know what's coming for me down there. I'm gonna need that. Well, check this out, you guys. What? Did I forget how the plasma caster works? I just might have. I have no... You know what this feels like to me? This feels like when I play Sea of Thieves, where it's like, oh, right, you have a game here, and you have a world, and you can make a really cool pirate RPG out of this. And what do? Well, you just kind of let the player loose in the world, and they fight enemies sometimes, and that's pretty much it. You opted to make a sandbox instead of a video game, and that just disappoints me. Here's the thing, though. Guns feel good, I can say that much. It feels good to shoot shit. It's fucking better, right? And so, like, if they could eventually make this into a real game, that'd be awesome, you know? I suppose some of you are watching and, like, going like, this is a real game, Alex. There's enemies you're shooting, there's levels, there's places to go. The thing is, this isn't even, like, really all that well thought out. It seems like what they have here is just random enemy spawns. Not to mention, none of the enemies are behaving the way they should. That could be because they're reskin. That could be because they're reskin Doom enemies. But it could also be because it's there we go. Weapon not recognized. What? Oh, Aerosol. Okay, I see. That's pretty cool, actually. But yeah, we got like this really cool HUD. We got these cool weapons. All you gotta do is make a real Halo campaign out of it. Like, you can change the movement. It doesn't have to be Halo-style movement. If you're wanting to do something more Doom-like, that's awesome. That's fine. Make sure it's a good game and not this. That wasn't bad, though. I like that. I mean, to be fair, that was alright. I feel some intentional design with that, letting us use the Unmaker to clear a hallway full of enemies. It's like a Halo reskin of the Unmaker. That's nice. Honestly, I went ahead and reskinned the enemies because I was disappointed that they weren't Doom enemies. Oh, a double barrel. Don't mind if I do. Hell yeah. How do I slide? I've actually been wondering about that. Is that my slide? It's also very brutal Doomy. Also, I love how there's no icon on the HUD for the Unmaker. That's awesome. To be fair, it isn't this mod developer's fault that I had a dream game concept like this, where I really want there to be, okay, so right now I think the best thing, it's the BR. I think the best thing that Microsoft could do for Halo right now is to let indie devs make Halo games with the license, similar to how Games Workshop's doing with 40K. And I feel like that's the best thing that could happen with with Halo right now. Just let them make whatever they want in the Halo universe. What the fuck? The repeating dialogue's annoying. But I really want there to be a build engine game in the style of something like Duke Nukem or Shadow Warrior that plays like one of those games where you play as Sergeant Johnson going on his own wacky adventure. You know, make sure it's, you know, grounded in the Halo universe, but kind of give it the, like, give it the Sergeant Johnson style, you know? Make it fun and kind of give it that, like, blaxploitation tone. That'd be awesome. I'd love to play that game, and I've actually been thinking about it for a long time. It's one of my dream Halo games. I might make a video about my dream Halo games in the future, but I would love a build engine style game where you play as Sergeant Johnson on vacation fighting the Covenant, who've ruined his vacation. Maybe make it take place during Halos 1 and 2, like he goes on shore leave or something. Have someone ask him, like, hey, Johnson, what did you do? What did you do after, you know, how'd you get off the planet? He's like, I'm glad you asked. I got a story for you. And he starts telling the story, and he tells this whole story about how he did all this crazy shit, and that's what the game would be about. So it'd be, like, exaggerated and over the top, but it would still be in the Halo universe, you know? That's how I could play, like, a build engine game or a boomer shooter, because the excuse is that it's an unreliable narrator, you know? And so I would love to just see that game come to be. Just have ion sights on this. Yeah, I like the Commando. One of the things I liked about. I know what that is. That's fucking Hotline Miami. That's the song that plays in Hotline Miami 1 once you clear a level. Okay, so, alright, we just clear rooms, and then when that's done, we leave. Are we not allowed to leave until then? I have many questions. I'm keeping this on Maker, though. But yeah, I'd love to see that game. I'd love to see that game come to be. It's one of the things I'd really want to see. It's, other games I'd like to see in the Halo universe is a Mass Effect-style game where you play as a member of ONI or some other human intelligence agency gathering up a crew of aliens, of Sangheili, Grunt, basically ex-Covenant races, and after the events of Halo 3 trying to put the galaxy back together and form alliances between humanity and these different alien races, dealing with the dangerous political landscape of Halo. And then the other game idea I had was like a Souls-like game where you play as not the Arbiter, but an Arbiter. Maybe set it way back in the timeline, but basically have it be mainly melee-focused. And be about being a badass elite that you customize and grow over time like in a Souls game. Oh, hey, it's this fucking abortion of a shotgun they had in Halo Infinite. I wonder if they fixed it. The Riot shotgun is fucking horrible. Are they already fighting? Are they infighting? Oh, it's got incendiary rounds. That's a plus. Alright, that ain't bad. Genuinely one of the worst shotguns I've ever used in a video game. Not this version, the one from Halo Infinite. Like the yapping protagonist even, like that's not even a terrible idea. That's kind of what I wanted. That's what I'd want from the Sergeant Johnson game. Oh, they have energy swords and they're charging. That's cool. Not gonna lie, this is kind of growing on me. It's very simple, but it's not terrible. Oh, damn. Why is my name Alex Mason? Spartan Alex Mason. Alright, campaign. Oh, did I forget to save? Are you fucking... Okay. 4, 3, 4... Alright, here we are. A State of Demons. But these aren't demons. These are... Maybe I should try playing it without the Covenant. If this does well, I'll make a second video where I go back to these levels with I'll go back through these levels with the humans. My disappointment is lifting and my day is improving? What? This is kind of fun. Simple, but fun. I would never pay real money for this, but as a mod, this is fine. Ooh! Oh, shit! It's the Quake logo. That's awesome. So it shifts from the Marathon logo to the Quake logo. That's great. The Reclaimer. It shifts from the Reclaimer glyph to the Quake logo. Man, there is some like weird potential lore. There's some crazy potential lore behind that logo, too. Going all the way back to Marathon. Like, there's the possibility that, like, Marathon's universe and Halo's is, like, connected. I don't know enough about Marathon lore to tell you guys, but I recommend checking out Mandalore's Marathon series, or just picking up and playing Marathon yourself. That's the other thing. I would love to see Halo take influence from Marathon again, you know? Like, Marathon's not exactly a build engine game, but in the way that, like, Duke was influenced by Doom, I'd love to see a future Halo build engine game influenced by Marathon. I've been playing back through Halo 1 and really liking it. Down. Oh look, blue blood. It is Halo. I guess ideally what I'd want it to have is the movement and like speed of a fucking build engine game. Increase the enemy counts, of course, like this, but also have it where they still behave like they do. So like have grunts flee when you kill their commanders, have jackals use their shields and everything so that you can't just shoot through them. Like still make it feel like basically take a Halo game and just ask like, what if we made Halo in the build engine without the limitations that were placed on a console? So carry as many weapons as you want, carry all the weapons at once. Have decent movement speed, and then adjust the game accordingly. All enemies down. Yeah, okay, so, interesting. A little piece of music. Sometimes a little piece of music is all you need to understand what a game is, and so hearing that, like, oh, okay, this is kind of like, it's less of a Halo game or a Doom game and kind of more of like a room-clearing game, like Hotline Miami. I don't really know what to call Hotline Miami's genre. A Miami-like? At least the influence is there. Is this what a Spartan sees when they go to hell? I gotta get out of this room. I'm out of ammo for the Unmaker, though. I need to swap. Oh, is that? No fucking way. Yeah! Yeah, that's nice! Hell yeah, I love it. Ah, I got fucking energy sorted, damn. Interesting. Alright, I'm really turned around on this. This is kind of fun. I could see myself actually trying to finish this. We're gonna go ahead and grab this carbine here. There we are. What? What happened there? Oh, I see. I didn't press the right button. There we go. I want that commando. I want that commando. Fuck! Damn it. Pretty cool game we got so far. Pretty cool game. I also would love to see these games kind of do what Star Wars Post-Rise of Skywalker did and move us away from the sequels. Like a lot of people that have eyes, I'm not exactly fond of the Star Wars sequels. And so seeing new Star Wars content that was like, seemed to be less interested in those, and continuing those, and more continuing like the legacy of Clone Wars. God damn it, this is a fucking brutal level. Can't exactly move very much. I guess I should get out of this room. But I'd love to see like that be the direction that these indie devs take. Hypothetically, in this world that doesn't exist, that I'd love to actually... Oh, fuck! Well, that's funny. Ah, crap. All right, I need to get out of that room. That's going to be my first order of business. But yeah, I'd love to see something like that where it pushes us away from that direction. I think... I mean, like, I know people like those games. It's like the Star Wars prequels. People can say that they like them, but at the end of the day, the consequences of those games are evident, you know? Where they ended up, aka nowhere, is evident, you know? Like... Halo 4 came out, good game. Or Halo 4 came out, it had some good ideas. Overall, was not a good game. Similar to how, you know, The Force Awakens came out, had some good ideas. Overall, wasn't a good movie. And then they just... Every movie afterwards, every game afterwards, every title previous bailed on what was done before. Rather than building on good ideas, instead we threw them away. God damn, this level's tough. And that's ultimately, like, exactly what Halo, the Halo games did, the 343's Halo games did, you know? I like the kick, that's awesome. God, I need an automatic weapon of some sort. But yeah, just what ended up happening to them is self-evident, and fuck! Shipmaster. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. Damn it! Alright. Alright, there we go. Like, regardless of how you feel about each individual game's merits, the problem is none of those merits carried over to the next title, and it didn't make for a satisfying series. And by the end, you have Halo Infinite, which to me feels like Rise of Skywalker. It's this attempt to be crowd-pleasing after... Like, it really feels like both Rise of Skywalker and... Both Rise of Skywalker and Halo Infinite, to me, feel like an admittance of failure. That's like what those things represent. It's the idea that we fucked up. We can't make the kind of thing you want us to make. We can't make a game that you like on our own, using our own ideas. So let's just make exactly what the viewers want. Let's make a paint by numbers that either dismisses or tries overly hard to fix what came before, and overall you're left with something very unsatisfying. Like, I know there are people that don't dig Halo 3, that don't dig Halo Reach, that don't dig ODST. Hell, I used to be one of them. I love all of them now, but there was a time where I didn't really like Halo Reach. But you gotta admit that there's something cohesive tying all those games together and making them feel special, you know? Making them feel like Halo games. Regardless if there's a flawed title or not, in Bungie's run on Halo, it doesn't... They're still all quality, and they all work together to create an overall cohesive whole, which is way more than I could say for 343. Like, the best thing 343 has ever done, ironically, is the Master Chief Collection, but that was only after years of fixing, you know? I can imagine someone who played the game at launch hearing that and being like, go fuck yourself, but like, after years and years and years of work, Halos 4, 5, and Infinite are still bad games. Whereas the MCC, because the content at the core, like the 343 problem of just constantly releasing unfinished shit, while still taking forever between titles, funnily enough, it still leads to, like, that's still an issue they have, and it still applies to the MCC, right? However, after years of work, the MCC is just fantastic. It's the only Halo game. It's the only Halo thing I'd recommend right now, you know? Oh, I don't like the burst fire. Here you go. But yeah, like you can fix. You know what it is? I'm trying to be nice, but if you polish a turd, it's still a turd. The difference is that the original Halo games in the MCC were not turds; they were basically diamonds that were shit out, you know? And once you polish them off and clean off all the shit and make sure it works properly, you still have some of the best games ever made, you know? Whereas MC4, 5, and Infinite are never going to get that delayed appreciation. Those games are going to be bad forever. Because at their core, they're fundamentally disappointing, heartless corporate products, you know? Halo 4, that game had some passion behind it. I can at least say that, you know? Halo 4 was trying to be something. Not a lot of people agreed with what that something it was trying to be, but I get where it was coming from. It was built off of a fundamental misunderstanding of Halo, but it was an attempt to introduce some emotion to Halo. It was an attempt to create something more akin to Star Wars or like a Blizzard game. You know, they wanted to introduce some melodrama and some heart that they felt was lacking. And that heart was always there, they just never got it. And I think that comes down to Halo 4 is, to me, a game that is made by fundamentally skilled people trying to take Halo and make it into something it's not. That's the biggest problem that game has. It's the focus on melodrama, the terrible, terrible art style, which on its own would be okay. Like, if half the enemies that showed up in Halo 4 showed up in Destiny, they would be praised as being awesome. Like, I still think Halo 4 is better than Destiny as, like, a video game, you know? But, like, overall, it's just, you can tell that 343 doesn't know what they're doing and never have. And that's forgivable for a small indie studio trying their first game. This game looks fucking awesome. But for a AAA release that costs $60, that's not allowed. That's not okay, and that's always been people's issues. It's like, we can't treat these AAA companies like we treat indie devs. That's not fair. The world is not, it's simply not equal, you know? We can't be like, oh, give them time, you know? Like, when an indie dev fucks up and makes a bad game, it's like, yeah, man, give them time, give them a few tries. I've seen this with even games that are, like, hated, like Y2K. Like, Yeek is a game that's, like, bad. It's like it's a bad game, but it's a bad game like Halo 4, but it has potential. And because of that, and because it's an indie title that was sold for like $15, people are willing to like go, all right, let's try out, see what the new Yeek update brings. Let's see what what happens with the game. It's got a good Oh, Biofoam, that's awesome. It's got some good ideas, but it just simply hasn't been able to bring those ideas to fruition yet, you know? And we're willing to give that benefit of the doubt to AAAs, or to indies the way we never would with AAAs, and really never should with AAAs. But I see a lot with the 343 community, specifically Halo fans who like 343 games, is they want to do that with 343, and it just doesn't apply to a AAA dev. You don't get to do that for AAA devs. The money backing it and the supposed talent and AAA status, it means that you're not allowed to do that, you know? At least in my opinion, and in the opinion of many people. Halo's in a weird spot. Halo needs to stop for a while. Let's stop making Halo games, and if we're gonna have new mainline Halo games, we need to do some retconning. We can't continue from the foundation that 343's built. We need to take a step back, let a developer who knows Halo and loves Halo make it. Now I saw a really good video the other day that suggested id Software or maybe even Raven would be a good idea, you know? Maybe if that new Doom doesn't do so well, put id Software on it. Have them play the old games and see what they like and let them try to make something awesome. Have them make a game that takes place after Halo 3, but before Halo 4, telling their own unique story and campaign with their own unique character. It doesn't always have to be Master Chief. Take some risks, you know? 2 of the best Halo games ever made don't star the Master Chief. 3 of them, actually, if you count Halo Wars. 4 of them if you count Halo Wars 2. We need more things like Halo Wars 2. We need more games made by people who are obviously passionate and know Halo and love Halo, and want to do something new and exciting. And that's why I think before making another Halo, before another mainline Halo game comes out, I want to see a bunch of really cool spin-offs. One of the great, and it's like, oh, do you want the market to be flooded with a bunch of suboptimal games? No, not really. I want the market to be flooded with good games, because right now the market is starved with terrible games. We have 5 terrible Halo, like so let me count them up. We got 4, Infinite, and 5, Wars 2. What was that? Weird. 4, Infinite, 5, Wars 2, Spartan Ops, and then the other one. So we got 6 Halo games in the last, like, since Halo Reach came out, since Bungie left the franchise, and 0, like, 1 of them has been quality, and that's Halo Wars 2, and that's it. You know, it's like, it's so fucking like, even if you agree, even if you disagree with me and you like Halo 5 or Infinite or 4 or any of those other games, you can't deny that's not a very good track record. And it's taken a long time to get those titles out, and they've been bad. So maybe we should just improve the rate, you know? There's gonna be more bad games, yeah, but there's gonna be more good ones too. Like, take a look at, oh, fuck me. Why did you do this? That's just trolling. What the fuck? Speaking of bad Halo games, I don't think this is a very good one, but it gives me an excuse to talk to you guys about this stuff. But yeah, so oh, that's cool. All right, Halo 4 weapon. How did you survive that? Took a minute. But, Zulu? Oh, shit. All right, well, we got the plasmas. We got this. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Is that the cryo gun from Doom Eternal? Looks awesome. I can't deny that. Oh, hell yeah. Give me that. Good shit. But yeah, I think more and more Halo games should be released. I think 343 should act as a publishing wing, or just get rid of 343 altogether. Let indie devs who are passionate about Halo and show an interest in Halo make Halo games and put them out. And, you know, give them a budget. Give them a small budget. You don't need to give them a big budget. But basically, I want them to do what I think the whole games industry should do right now, is diversify. Diversify your output and make a bunch of good, cheap games, because one of them might be a Baldur's Gate 3 or an Elden Ring or a Metaphor ReFantazio. Oh, hell yeah! You know? It's worth the risk. And it's a lot less of a risk than making a AAA Halo game every 10 years that turns out to be not good. Not to mention, I think 343 was a developer ahead of their time. Like, not in a good way. I think when they came out, they were ready and willing to be the horrible AAA developer of today. God, this feels good to use. You know? I don't know, guys. I would like to see Halo be good again, and I don't care what form it takes as long as it's good. And as long as it's Halo, you know? I want it to be Halo, and I want it to be good. I'm tired of the ugly 343 aesthetics. I'm tired of them trying to undo what Halo 3, 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Reach did. You know, no more alien Forerunners. The Forerunners were humans, god damn it. No more ugly, no more Chosen One narratives that try to turn Halo into Star Wars. You know, give me some fucking military sci-fi good goddamn Halo shit, you know? Even if it doesn't star Spartan, I'll happily play another game with an Elite. Or a Marine, you know? I'd love to play... Like, make a fucking if you want to do Call of Duty Halo, then lean into it. Make Call of Duty Halo. And I don't mean... that sounds horrible to people, but, like, listen, like... ODST, right? One of the biggest things I've seen about ODST is it still feels like you're playing a Spartan. Make a game where you're playing as just a rank-and-file Marine. Give you the movement, give you the different stance and movement options, like leaning, crouching, going prone, that you have in something like, oh, you know what'd be even better? An insurrectionist game. Like, you know, because like the old Call of Duties were about fighting a fascist dictatorship. Have it be about playing as an insurrectionist. Make it on the cheap. Make it like an homage to classic Call of Duty. And you play as an insurrectionist fighting ODSTs and UNSC Marines. Have it take place before. You know what? I kind of like that redesign. Not gonna lie, that's not even a bad redesign. It's very Tron. I dig it. Ooh, I kind of love it. The idea that, like, this looks like it was used by the this looks like it might have been used by the Forerunners from like the Halo Legends short, you know? It kind of matches that same aesthetic. Yeah, I like it. Kind of looks like a Sentinel weapon. I dig it. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, I would love a game that takes place before the trilogy, have it be about the insurrectionists, and maybe make it like where the final boss is a single Spartan. You know, seeing a Spartan from the perspective of humans, of normal humans, you know? Because the Spartans were made to fight the insurrectionists, you know? They weren't made to fight aliens, you know? That was like a happy little accident that ended up happening because of the time where the Covenant invaded. I don't think any of the humans getting invaded would describe that whole situation as a happy little accident, but you know, it just kind of worked out that way. Oh shit, I apologize for the on-screen thing. That shouldn't be there. There we go, I'm sorry everyone. If you made it this far in the video, I apologize. But, it's kind of like the whole thing about Halo's story. The whole thing about Halo's story, when taking into its grand totality, of course, not taking the 343 games into account. If you treat the 343 games as non-canon and take the totality of the story into account, you get a story about humanity's redemption arc, you know? The beginning of Halo, pre-Reach, is we're looking at a version of humanity that is getting worse and worse. It's basically getting close to like the dystopia from... It's getting close to the dystopia we see in something like Starship Troopers or 40K, right? And, oh yeah, gimme. Gimme. Oh, that's nice. Plays right, yeah, that's good shit. I need a different weapon. Like, even if it just has to be prequel games and they refuse to decanonize the 343 output, then, I don't know. Like, just don't go past Halo 3. Don't bring the Master Chief back. They got themselves a fun video game here. Not gonna lie. Here we go. Sorry. Gotta find my train of thought here. But yeah, basically it's this idea that humanity was getting worse and worse. They were getting awful. People were being mistreated and oppressed by an oppressive government. And the worst thing this oppressive regime did was the Spartan Project. It was something that... I apologize. I want to use a weapon that's going to be actually useful. Grab this here. It was something that involved the abuse and kidnapping of children. One of the worst things that you could possibly do. A lot of kids ended up dying because of it, you know? Horrible, horrible war crimes, all made for the sake of suppressing a people who are fighting for a righteous cause, being the insurrectionists, from what I understand. Like, from what I understand, the insurrectionists weren't like terrorists or anything. They were like genuinely normal humans just fighting for a righteous cause. And throughout the Halo series, we see basically the Covenant invades, and we end up having to put aside our differences and fight against a greater enemy, right? And not only do we put aside our differences with this fight this greater enemy, we win. It nearly destroys all of mankind, but we win. And the tool that ends up winning us the war is the greatest act of oppression committed against the people of the UNSC, or people of humanity in Halo. The Master Chief himself is a tool of oppression who was turned into a liberator who freed the people. And he's like a genuinely good person. He's not a robot or anything. I don't get why 343 keeps trying to push that. He's like a genuinely good person with a conscience. When he's, like, the little we do see of his personality show him to be quite heroic. He's a heroic soldier, both in the books and in the games. And like, what's really funny is Cortana. Cortana is retrofitted. Cortana is retrofitted Forerunner technology, right? She was made from technology from the Forerunners, and made into something for us. The person she's based off of is Dr. Halsey, who committed this horrible war crime. However, in Cortana's form, we have another hero like Chief, somebody who's willing to put aside her own personal. Why are you sprites? Why are you a sprite? That's weird. Putting aside her own personal views in order to save the world. Damn, this is tough. Let's get back to it. What are Cortana's personal views? Sorry, but basically she's a better version of Halsey. And both Chief and Cortana get to lead humanity into a golden age by winning this fight against an outside alien threat. By the end of Halo 3, not only have we defeated the Covenant, we have our first ever alien allies. the elites, the Sangheili, the Grunts, the Hunters. I'm guessing they all came along. The Sangheili's, as from what I understand of Halo 2 and 3, it's the Sangheilis, the Grunts, the Hunters, the floaty motherfuckers from Halo ODST and Reach. By the end of the game, we're all friends, and we have this idea is that we can build upon the wreckage and create a better future for tomorrow. It's the entire story, and not to mention humanity. The entire story of Halo is about humanity being humbled. It's about the UNSC learning from their mistakes and learning to work together against a greater enemy, and learning to work together with people that may be their enemy in the past. It's a beautiful ending to the story. It's a hopeful ending, and 343 just stomps all over that. The other thing is the idea of the Forerunners. The Forerunners were a better. We not only do we find out that the Forerunners influenced and helped a lot of humanity, but they were humans. They were early humans who were like us, but they were what we're becoming, pretty much. They had a better relationship with the rest of the galaxy. They cared about life. They valued life way more highly than the UNSC did at the start of the war, that's for damn sure. They basically were the idea of what we could be at our very best. And us learning that was us is such a hopeful message. The idea that we can eventually get back to that point, and be the shepherds of the galaxy yet again through kindness and love is such an awesome way to end the series. And the fact that 343 just stomps all over that is enough for me to invalidate Halo altogether, See, I believe that art has a point. When you make a story, you gotta ask yourself, what's your message? What's your story about? Oh, that's a gravity hammer. I want that. You gotta ask yourself, what's your story about, Halo, and that's what Halo is about. But if you take from that, you can tell whatever kind of story you want. But if your story sabotages and ruins other people's stories, takes away from that kind of quality storytelling and that message, you gotta replace it with something good, You gotta make something of it. If you're gonna subvert expectations and try to make something new, you gotta ask, what are you replacing it with? The Halo sequel trilogy has the same problem as the Star Wars sequel trilogy, where they're all about new ideas. They're all about doing these new things and recontextualizing the past. But they don't do anything with it, Making Luke Skywalker into a fucking asshole when he's supposed to be this symbol of hope for the galaxy, who's the ultimate answer to the Sith Jedi dilemma that goes as far back as the Old Republic and Kreia, and suddenly making this dude into just a prick is ruinous. It kills Star Wars, Same thing goes for Halo. Taking and making the idea of humanity at their peak, the precursors to us that we're trying to strive towards, taking them and making them into assholes works in something like Mass Effect, because that's not the story Mass Effect's trying to tell. But Halo was all about that. The idea of the Forerunners was that they were us. They were the best we could be, and we've beaten them. We outsmarted them. We defeated the Flood when they couldn't. So how much further is humanity going to go, The idea of where humanity could go after Halo 3 is exciting. Maybe it's not good for a first-person shooter, but I could see Halo moving towards a utopia. A troubled utopia, no doubt, but I could see it moving away from its Starship Troopers origins and move more towards something like Star Trek, right? And that would be interesting to explore. If you're not a cynical asshole, that is. A lot of people are very cynical and think that's terrible, and I think those people are terrible. But yeah, they had the chance to inspire somebody. 343 had the chance to make something inspirational and awesome, and they chose not to. They chose to manipulate the lore so they could make their own original Halo trilogy, and they failed. They're failures. Why do they keep getting hired to work on Halo? I will never know. Why is there a scope on my fucking gravity hammer? God, this is satisfying. I love that it launches me backwards. I love the way the hunters look. They're very marathon-y. Damn it. Got me, though. But yeah, that's just kind of what those are my kind of my thoughts on the Halo franchise and where I want it to go. I wanted to stop trying to barrel forward and fail it into failure and start looking to the sides and looking back and seeing what you can make, you know? See what a Halo game could be. And after we've brought in a bunch of new people into the universe because we made a really awesome Halo RPG or boomer shooter or dating sim even, you could do anything, you know, as long as it's good. That's the golden rule of making spin-offs. You can make whatever you want. Whatever you want. It's just gotta be good. It's gotta be interesting. It's gotta be fueled by passion, and it's gotta be loved by the people. And if it's not all of those things, it wasn't worth it. And that's ultimately the problem with 343's trilogy. Make a Halo dogfighting game in the style of something like Star Fox or Rebel or one of the old Star Wars Star Fox clones, you know? Like, there's a million things you could do. Like that Mega Bloks game. Just release that fucking Mega Bloks game you were making. Release it on Steam. People would love that, you know? Especially because of the era it was made in. Make a game like Battlefleet Gothic, all about commanding and controlling your own Halo fleet. Or your own, because the ships in Halo are fucking awesome and iconic, you know? You could even like have different campaigns in the game based around different eras. So like have an insurrectionist campaign all about fighting the UNSC. I don't even know if flagships were used during that, but like you could also like have it where you're playing as Captain Halsey during the events of Reach. Or not Halsey, Captain Keyes during the events of Reach and piloting the Pillar of Autumn, you know? That'd be awesome. Fuck! I died again, I'm stupid. I need to find a good long-range power weapon and hang the fuck back. That's what I'm learning here. Let's just look around for a bit. No. Sentinel laser wouldn't be bad. Light rifle's empty. I wonder what this thing is. Anyway. There you are. There you are, my baby. Oh, hey, they followed me. Gravity hammer's cool, not exactly what I'm looking for right now. I love that the assault rifle from the different games is a different gun. I think I can recommend this. This is pretty fun. Very simple, but very fun. I like it. I'll even play, like right now I've been playing a lot of Splitgate and Splitgate 2, and they're not quite Halo, but because they're close, they're new, and they're not fucking... Oh, that's how you slide, okay. They're close, they're new, and they're not made by fucking 343. I'm willing to give them a try.
Smoke it.
But yeah, that's what I want for the Halo series, and this is a cool idea. This is a cool step. I should try and play more Halo fan games. This is pretty fun so far. Alright, we're going to do one more level, and then we'll call it quits. And I thank you all for being here. I apologize for the negative start, but I really came around on this game. It's janky, but there's something here. This is pretty fun. I can't wait to see what happens next with it, honestly. Maybe, I don't know. I like this style more than the 3D models. The 3D models are cool and all. I love that they're low poly, too. That's fucking awesome. But, like, I like the Marathon look. The Marathon looks really nice. But these are more consistent with your guns and stuff. I don't know. Maybe some more Halo-looking levels. That's my other thing. Make it more Halo-coded, but you know, keep this idea. I love that we can hear them snarling. I should try and play more of this. I should maybe try and play the Demon version next time. So, worth a try. I wanted to see how it would go. It didn't go well. So what's funny is because of the kind of game this is, because of Doom, like, your better weapons are the weapons that you can use long range and just kind of spray at groups of enemies because of the low health. Oh, fuck. I got him. It's definitely a cool game. Definitely a neat game. I would like to see more Halo fan games, and I would like to see Halo indies. Like, say what you want about Warhammer's output on Steam. If you go to Warhammer's method of, yes, you can have our license, here's your budget, go, has led to a lot of terrible games, but those aren't the ones people remember. Like, people are going to forget, people have kind of forgotten about Orc Plants vs. Zombies, you know? Hey, how you doing, Vay? I left my door unlocked, I'm in trouble now, no! Alright, I'll probably finish what I'm doing here then, and yeah. But nobody remembers the bad shit, everyone remembers the good games, you know? And I think that's the whole point. Anyways, I'm gonna have to leave now, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to see more of this kind of thing. Take care.